Friday, April the 9th, 2010. YouTube video recording made by Mike Garrett in Lincoln. It's going to be a bit of an experiment, this video, because I've already realised it'd be far better to record this reading from a script, but we'll prove that in time. Blackmore's night in the UK. How do we promote them? Obviously the band website will say when the band is touring, and there will be adverts in some of the magazines, but that's only for when either a tour or an album is imminent. What about the rest of the year? How much airplay do Blackmore's night get in the UK compared to Richie's or the band's Deep Purple and Rainbow? Well, Deep Purple and Rainbow probably don't get as much airplay as in the heyday. I don't know. We'll just say that's 70s, 80s, 90s. Deep Purple and Rainbow don't get quite as much airplay as what they used to do, but it's still a hell of a lot more, especially if you consider Planet Rock Radio, than what Blackmore's night get. Thinking of street team fans, that is, they're just fans that do voluntary work. There's one guy over in the West Midlands, that's just called DB, he knows who he is. DB been really good in the past on getting radio interviews for Candice Night, because DB knows a couple of the West Midland DJs there. But it's a struggle in other places. A small number of promo CDs are sent to the UK street team, and it's a question of either turning up at the radio station foyer and asking, is there a possibility you can play them, or emailing the DJs as a possibility you'll play them. But it always seems to be a risk that, yes, you're going to leave the promo CDs, but are they actually going to get played at all, or not? They've just politely taken from you and they don't actually get played. I remember taking a promo for Winter Carols when it first got released. The airplay it got was about 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning. A graveyard slot, I think somebody said. That's the jargon phrase for the radio industry. So I've got it played there for definitely on Lynx FM, but not the rest of the time, not the peak sort of broadcasting time. Had more luck with very small local community radio stations in the Bassett Law area. Bassett Law is between Lincoln and Sheffield. It's sort of in the Worksop, Retford area. So I had some success in the past there. But I think the main reason we don't get airplay is because volunteer fans go into a radio station and almost begging the station to play the CDs, if that's the right phrase. We just don't have the clout, or as the phrase I've used is, we just don't talk the talk. I don't think that volunteer fans asking radio stations to play the band's music is the way. I think it has to be more than one simultaneous tier of advertising, as I call it. It's not. I get the impression in the UK that the band have just left it to some good meaning volunteer fans to do all the advertising, and the fans aren't getting the backup. I think the fans should be going in at one level and doing the advertising, but I think that simultaneously there should be one professional person, and obviously an experienced professional person, approaching the radio stations about, will they play the band's CDs? Winter Carols particularly in my opinion, is badly promoted, because after the first year it came out, it was re-released the next two subsequent winters, two subsequent Christmases, and there was no product in the shop. You've got a situation where you've got volunteer street team fans handing out promo CDs and leaflets for winter carols, and yet a person has that put in their hand and they can't just then go to a CD shop and buy it. The stock just isn't there. I do remember emailing a certain someone about this in the UK, and I was basically told that I was to stop sending emails and suggesting ways of how to position these promos, etc., because they had someone at professional level who was paid to do that. Well, if that's the case, who? And why didn't anything appear to be done? And like again, I said, we got fans just going around handing things out, but there's a general lack, not just winter carols, there's just a general lack of Blackmore's Night CDs in the shops. When I first discovered Blackmore's Night, it was 1998 when I first bought my second-hand computer. My first computer was 1998. So Blackmore's Night, of course, came into being about 1997, and so I found out about Shadow of the Moon album, and in fact the Rainbow album, Stranger in Us All, by fluke, by going into the CD shop, and I found it in the Deep Purple section. I mean, the CD shop, especially the chains, the big chain stores, are a problem in that I've turned up with the proper official poster and promo postcards and flyers, etc., and can I put these in your shop or in the window, because it encourages customers to come in and buy the CDs. But the rule of these chain store shops is you want to put any advertising material in their premises, then you pay the advertising fee. Well, of course, if it's left to street team fans to sort this out, you can't place the advertising in the shops because you haven't got any advertising budget. You're doing this for nothing. Another factor is, I don't think all the would-be fans of Blackmore's Night are on the internet. So they find out about the CDs by reading the adverts in the magazines in the shop, or just by every Saturday going into the CD shop and see what news appeared in the racks. I actually think there should be back the copies of the old Blackmore's Night albums, and how they've been re-released. I think they should be put in the shops now, and I think they should be put in 3 distinct sections. I think some should be in a Blackmore's Night section, but I think others should be in the Rainbow section, or the one place I would definitely put Blackmore's Night CDs is in the Deep Purple section, because that's where Richie Blackmore's earlier long-standing fans, that's where they'll always look, in that Deep Purple section in the shops. Definitely.